I cannot tell you how many times in my life I have felt that same reality. God, I do not understand what you are doing. I cannot see what you see. And I'm filled with not just uncertainty. I'm not filled simply with doubt, but I'm filled with anger. Like, God, help me see it because I can't see through the clouds. Like, I remember being in this room, leading a Bible study and getting a frantic call from my wife saying, something's wrong with Rocky and we don't know what's wrong. And for the next week, just being so filled with fear, filled with so much anxiety, filled with so much doubt, going, God, I just want to understand what you're doing. And I think there's so many moments in our lives that we just want God to give us clarity. But he's like, I don't want to give you clarity. I want to give you an opportunity for trust. Because it's a muscle that you need to build. And I want to see, do you actually trust me? Do you believe in my character and my nature? And I think so many times in our life, we find ourselves at this intersection. Like, God, why did I lose my job? And I think God is telling us, you do not realize now what I'm doing, but later you will understand. Or, God, why did you let him break my heart like that? God, why did you let me be so vulnerable? You do not realize now what I'm doing, but later you will understand. God, how come you answered her prayer but not mine? God, how come you showed up for them but not me? You do not realize now what I'm doing, but later you will understand. See, I think God is trying to help us get to the place where we don't just find him in the now, but we also find him in the later. Where there's a trust that is built up inside of us. And when Jesus is washing the feet of Simon and the disciples, and they're confused, going, God, why are you doing this? You should be the last person. We should be washing your feet. And he's like, no. You do not realize now what I'm doing, but later you will understand. I wonder, what's the later for you? What's the thing that God has been pressing in and around you, trying to help you realize that you may find freedom in it now, but it will forever change your future if you do not trust him, if you do not align your life with him. And I don't know what your later is. I know for me, with baby Rocky, see, I would have never wished that or dreamed it or scripted that. But I can tell you in the later, there's nurses at Children's Hospital of LA that we still have a relationship with because they fell in love with this girl named Rocky. There's doctors that do not believe in God, but they kept saying, why are so many people in this hospital room? Where are they from? Do you have all this family? And we're like, yes, it's our family. It's called our church. And they kept being blown away. People don't fill rooms in moments of despair. It's when they're most alone. But you have filled this room with people that love you and that are for you, because we did not realize now what God was doing later. Do you trust that God has a powerful later for you? That God has not abandoned you, that he sees you in your pain, he sees you in your struggle, he sees you in your worry. And just like that song says, pull me a little closer, maybe that moment of uncertainty isn't supposed to cause you to drift from God, but it's an opportunity for you to let him pull you in a little closer.